Great name for the family name Shock. Cambry Shock, the driver of the junior dragster on the tower side. Our competitors carefully moving their cars to the infrared beams. Braley and Cambry into the pre-stage. Four bulbs lit, tree counts down, here they go. Braley Neal from Seminole going to get to the finish line first in the OTI lane, 8:53, 74.86 miles an hour, and Cambry goes 12:40, 51.44 miles an hour. Event shirts available at one place only. That's Fat Tires Apparel. They are on the vendor midway right behind the covered grandstands up here by the starting line. Over on the pit side, of course, every ticket at this place is a pit pass. So you don't even need extra permission to go over and get your event shirt at Fat Tires Apparel. Go by and see Corey and get a look at what they've brought to Penwell. The event shirt for this event, absolutely stunning. Jaden Davis and Mackenzie Rader coming your way next. Mackenzie on the right side, Jaden on the left side. Junior Dragster time trials underway on Saturday afternoon as we've finally got the opportunity to get these cars down the racetrack. Junior Dragsters with their first opportunity to take on the 660 at Penwell Nights. 6.0 index coming up next. Dirty South Gassers, Superstockers, and Hot Rods. I'm sure you're ready. You guys and gals were born ready, but you'll be coming up right after 6.0 index, so we'll look forward to seeing you here in just a few minutes. Tree counts down and off we go. Mackenzie goes 866 at 75.1 miles an hour. And Jaden goes 854 at 74.3 miles per hour. Well, race fans, did you hear me mention that you could go for a ride in a real dragster down the track? Well, here's a living demonstration for you as the Ride Dragsters of Proud American Motorsports have got some customers and they are ready to go. Dirty South Gassers, lanes 4 and 5, please. Dirty South Gassers, lanes 4 and 5, please. Small tire competitors, bring your tech cards to the tower. Small tire, need your tech cards to the tower. All right, race fans, now here's one of the super cool things about coming to Penwell. And Funny Car Chaos. You see that second seat? We call that the rumble seat because there's a lot of rumbling going on behind that driver and in front of that motor. All right, so it's going to be the Loud American Dragster. Taking a thrill seeker for a ride. down the Tornado Ready Mix lane. All right, so we are broadcasting at 97.3 KPKR FM at Penwell Knights Raceway. We're on flowracing.com, presented by Larice Motorsports Insurance, and we are live on YouTube TV. So we want to welcome our YouTube audience to Odessa, Texas, Penwell actually, just west of Odessa for the Funny Car Chaos, race number 4 of the championship tour. And right now what we've got going on, we've had time trials for our junior dragsters and our 7.0 index. We got some thrill seekers who signed up to go down the racetrack in the ride dragsters of Proud American Motorsports. We've got the 3-seat dragster, which goes down the racetrack about 5.5 seconds and about 123 miles an hour-ish. And we've got the Loud Americans supercharged ride dragster, has 1 extra roll cage, 1 extra spot, and it goes down the racetrack about 4.6 seconds and 150 miles an hour. So our fans here at PKR with the extra treat of having the opportunity to go down the racetrack in a real dragster, it's the thrill of a lifetime. So here comes the 3-seater heading down the racetrack, and as they cross the finish line with a 564 at 121 miles an hour, let me call Funny Cars to the staging lanes. Funny Car to the staging lanes. Third and final qualifying round for Funny Cars. I need my Funny Cars to the staging lanes, please. Dirty South Gassers, Super Stockers, and Hot Rods, lanes 4 and 5, please. And Funny Cars to the staging lanes. Funny Cars, I need you to the staging lanes now. Here we go with our 6.0 index as we quicken the tempo a bit. We've been 7.0 index, then junior dragsters. Now we're going 6.0 index. And we've got Greg Thomas in a 96 Camaro, that 4th generation of the F-body. Lines up with the 1st generation of the F-body. David Nowell's got the 69 Camaro from El Paso. El Paso, I don't know. Borrow Time Racing. Double shot of Chevy Camaro set to go down the racetrack here at Penwell Knights Raceway. We are getting ready for Funny Car qualifying. The 25 cars in the house, 24 have recorded a time, and we're expecting a whole lot of shakeup in this last qualifying shot that these Funny Car competitors get. That's coming your way right after Dirty South Gassers, Super Stockers, and Hot Rods. 6.0 index. These beautiful hot rods are on a 4/10 heads-up pro tree, running for time right now, as we want to give them the opportunity to try on the racetrack for the first time today. And they are trying to zero in on the magic number being 6 seconds flat. Red lights don't matter on a time trial or a qualifying run. Oh my goodness, we've got problems for the 69 Camaro. Over on the right side, as we can see, looks like drive shaft going down the racetrack. Greg Thomas stops the clocks on the Tornado Ready Mix side. 593 at 115.5 miles an hour. So a good move right there by David Nowell as the car experienced a problem. You could see the drive shaft going down the racetrack, and he gets it out of the groove and brings it to a safe stop. So the red lights begin to flashing because there will be no cars going down the racetrack while the race crew takes this opportunity to get this car off the racetrack and remove any debris that's out there. Funny Cars, I need you in the staging lanes, please. Funny Cars to the staging lanes. I need Funny Cars to the staging lanes, please. Once again, race fans, I want to thank you for being here at Penwell Knights Raceway for day number 2 of the 4th annual Shufelt Rig Service West Texas Nationals, race number 4 of the 2022 Spell Paving Services Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour, presented by Wolf Pumps, Fat Tires Apparel, Mears Mazda Volvo, and Red Line Shirt Club, with live streaming on flowracing.com, brought to you by Larice Motorsports Insurance. And today we are live on YouTube on the Funny Car Chaos channel. Welcome to all of you, whether you're here in person or whether you're tuning in electronically. We thank you for being here at Penwell Knights Raceway, just west of Odessa, Texas, for race number 4 of the Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour.
Chaos Nation, whether you are near or far, you can finally represent Funny Car Chaos wherever you are at. TheChaosStore.com is the place to visit to get your merch from the world's only Outlaw Funny Car series. And there's even exclusive deals online, as in the 3 t-shirts you are seeing right now on your screen. But it's more than just the tees. You can get your Funny Car Chaos stickers, hats, beanies, everything else. World of Funny Car Chaos there at thechaosstore.com.
All right, so the track crew pressed into action. The rigging crew and everybody else has been pressed into action to get the car off the racetrack, make sure there's no debris or anything out there, and no debris, no fluid, no grease, none of that stuff, so that we are ready for the next set of cars to go down the racetrack. A tough break right there as the car from El Paso experiences driveline failure, and so we will get the car off the racetrack and be back to racing just as soon as that right lane is back into shape. Hey, funny cars. Hey, funny cars. We are looking for you in the staging lanes. Your last chance to shuffle the deck is coming up in a few minutes. Funny cars to the staging lanes now. Third round, funny car qualifying. I need you in the staging lanes now. Once again, race fans, every ticket is a pit pass here at Penwell Knights Raceway. You get the opportunity to take a stroll down Funny Car Alley on the pit side of the racetrack. You can go by, take pictures with these race cars, meet the crews and the drivers, talk with them about how they make these cars go so cotton picking fast. Pick up hero cards, maybe even purchase some of their merchandise, as they always appreciate the support of their loyal fans, helping them to get to the next race by having folks that purchase their caps and their shirts and their swag. All of our teams, many of our teams have that available for you out there. And of course, you've got the opportunity to go by and make some new friends out there on Funny Car Alley. Also, the concession stands are open on both sides of the racetrack. Reed's Fruit Cups and more, with brisket nachos for lunch and the stuffed fruit cups for dessert. They are cool, they are fresh, delicious. That's not theoretical. I'm enjoying one myself right now. So when I tell you it's good, you can, as Zig Ziglar would say, you can set your buckets out, because it is a fact. So go by and see them. Also, go by and see Jeanette Desjardins at Car Chicks. Let her tell you about the odyssey she's been on, going race to race, weekend to weekend, all across this fruited plain, as they have got some of the coolest merchandise in the world of drag racing at Car Chicks, and they have come out to Odessa to enjoy the racing festivities with you and with us. Go by and see Jeanette and find out what she's got. Event shirts are available at one place only, and that is Fat Tires Apparel in the Vendor Midway, right next to Car Chicks. And, of course, our good friend Ben Mitchell. He has got the limited edition, and limited is 30. There's actually 30 of these custom prints of the Funny Car Chaos event at Penwell Knights Raceway that are available. I know most of them, if not all of them, are sold, but you want to go by and see if they have any left, because I can assure you this, your fan cave is not complete without one of these custom prints from Drag Daddy's Garage.
60 years of innovation, 60 years of attention to detail, 60 years of rigorous testing under race conditions is what makes ATI Performance Products great. ATI has been helping racers like you reach the finish line first. Today, we manufacture a wide range of high-performance parts that are track-tested and race-proven. We're passionate about performance, and that passion is what drives you to the finish line first. See everything ATI has to offer at ATIRacing.com.
How far is 1,200 miles? The Titan tank would allow you to drive uninterrupted for 1,200 miles on a single tank. My car only goes like 300 miles on a single tank. Did you know that it's the distance from San Diego to Seattle? I can drive all the way there in just one trip. Yep.
Are we there yet?
No. Well, there you have it. 1,200 miles on one single tank is pretty impressive.
I lane. The car is gone from the racetrack. They will have us back up and running in pretty close to no time. And we will be happy to get back to cars on the racetrack. Gives me a chance to remind you that we have got CP Carrillo sponsoring the Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour with a bonus for the top speed and eliminations of the Rodax Custom Coffee A field of funny cars. CP Carrillo is the technology leader in high-performance pistons and rods. And they are also the official rod and piston of the Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour. They've been a part of more records and wins than any other piston or rod manufacturer can claim in the entire industry. CP Carrillo enlists the latest cutting-edge design and R&D software, packaging together creativity, experience, and proven technology to bring you the best parts for your applications. Moreover, a rotating assembly consists of pistons, rods, wrist pins, rings, and a crankshaft. At CP Carrillo, they offer all of those items except for the crank. By purchasing all of these components together, CP Carrillo coordinates designs and specifications to allow these parts to integrate precisely and perform optimally, an advantage no other piston or rod manufacturer can claim. Visit their website at www.cp-carrillo.com. That's CARRILLO.com, or call 949-567-9000 to speak with a team representative. CP Carrillo, the official rods and pistons of the Funny Car Chaos Series. As the track crew is working on that OTI lane, they've brought out the big guns, they've brought out the heavy equipment from Case Kubota. And we are so thankful to Case Kubota for all the equipment that we have got access to here at Penwell Knights Raceway. It takes a fleet of equipment to run a racetrack the right way, Gary Gardenhire and his staff here at Penwell Knights Raceway definitely run it the right way. They've got the equipment to do it. You can see it in action right now on the racetrack. Now at Funny Car Chaos, our next event is actually Nitro Chaos. It's going to be taking place June 3rd and the 4th up at Eddyville Raceway Park at Eddyville, Iowa. Last year's race was such a hoot. It's a very similar format to Funny Car Chaos, except the only cars that can run have to be running 80% nitro or more in the tank. So Nitro Chaos version 2, Eddyville Raceway Park, June 3rd and 4th. And of course that's brought to you by Darren Foster and the great people at Twisted Shifters in Fulton, Illinois. Twisted Shifters and 360 Steel stepped up last year to become title sponsors for our Nitro Chaos event at Eddyville Raceway Park. We had so much fun, had a great time, and got to know the fantastic friends that we've made at Twisted Shifters and 360 Steel, and they have come back aboard this year to bring you Nitro Chaos once again in 2022. Twisted Shifters has the largest selection of custom made-in-America shift knobs available anywhere. Their vast inventory includes thousands of customized shift knobs for a wide variety of vehicles. New, old, whatever you got, late model, early model muscle cars. You can add names, logos, numbers, and more to create the perfect shift knob for your application. Choose from hundreds of colors and color combinations, as well as other patterns like glitter, pearls, marble, flames, stripes, multicolor, stainless steel, aluminum, and much, much more. They have options for threaded and non-threaded shifters and can even provide a variety of shifter adapters so you can use their custom shift knobs on just about any vehicle, including your big rigs. The Twisted Shifters shift toppers adapters are perfect for adapting a custom shift knob to your big truck air shifter, and they also make hundreds of different brake knobs. Check out their custom canes as well. Shop online, or you can go to their website at www.twistedshifters.com. Shifters with a Z at the end, twistedshifters.com. Made in America, shipped worldwide, or you can call them on the phone, 815-589-4484. Twisted Shifters, sponsor of Nitro Chaos. Penwell Knights Raceway would like to wish a happy birthday to Terry Walls, Dylan Cowley, and Derek Cowley. Also Dylan graduating next week. Also, happy birthday, Pistol Ann. Just for you, Pistol Ann, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Pistol Ann. Happy birthday to you. Well, should be back up and racing here in just a few moments. Gives me a chance to remind you, every ticket is a pit pass. You can get your event shirts at Fat Tires Apparel. You want to make sure that you leave here with at least one, because you will most definitely be styling and profiling your gear from Fat Tires Apparel. Especially that one-of-a-kind event shirt from the race here in Odessa. The West Texas Nationals, brought to you by Shufelt Rig Service of Odessa. Penwell Knights Raceway would like to say thank you to Bucky's Media Works for your support of the racing here at Penwell Knights. Also to WSLS Auto and Performance. WSLS, win some, lose some, but you can be a winner when you get your service work done at WSLS Auto and Performance. 432-269-6177. Check with them and get your appointment scheduled for the work that you need done. You can have that done at WSLS Auto and Performance. Funny Car Chaos points right now with Kirk Williams in the lead. Kirk Williams is #1 qualifier as he is coming in here on a mission, chasing that 2022 Spell Paving Services Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour crown. And Williams from Iowa brings the 200 proof Pontiac Firebird to Odessa, trying to add to that points lead. Going back racing just as soon as we can. As you can see, they're finding a little trouble spot right down there that they are doing some extra work on. But the funny cars are coming to the staging lanes. We have 6-0 Index and Dirty South Gassers, Super Stockers, and Hot Rods going to take the track just as soon as we let them. So they will be making their first runs of the day. And it's just looking a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better out there. Early in the day when it was a very nice brown sky, kind of wondering if it was going to look like a great day, but it's kind of starting to turn into a beautiful West Texas day. You know, a beautiful West Texas day consists of a wind below 40 miles an hour, and I can say that I grew up in West Texas. Okay, don't send me any hate mail. But starting to look pretty good out here. And, of course, your friends should be here as Funny Car qualifying starts. That's right after Dirty South Gassers. So within the hour, we will be racing Funny Cars as they have one more chance to get themselves situated best for round one eliminations. Of course, bonus money on the line from a variety of different sponsors. One of those is S&W Race Cars and the S&W Performance Group in Spring City, Pennsylvania. S&W Race Cars, if you've been around drag racing for any length of time, up to 61 years, you've heard of S&W Race Cars because they have been creating, manufacturing everything from components for race cars to complete turnkey top fuel dragsters, funny cars, all types of race cars coming out of that race car factory called S&W Race Cars. You can call them 800-523-3353. Shop online 24/7 at their website, swracecars.com. They've got over 4,000 S&W made components, all designed to exceed industry quality, performance, and safety standards. And they've been at it since 1959. You don't get to stay in business that long without delivering the highest quality parts, service, and advice. And they do it in spades at S&W Performance Group. Thanks to Jill Fasikas and the team up at S&W Performance Group. At S&W, you'll find everything you need to perform your weekly maintenance and to build your next new race car. They also distribute premium quality products from Strange, Mark Williams, Mosier, FK, Sander, Fuel Tech, Pengrade, and many, many more. Once again, 1-800-523-3353 or shop online, swracecars.com. S&W Race Cars provides a contingency bonus for the number 3 and number 5 qualifiers in all 3 funny car categories, so their generosity seems to know no bounds, and we are blessed by that, and we send our thanks to S&W Performance Group. All right, you can see the numbers of people on the racetrack greatly falling off. The tractor's still out there making a few last passes. And we'll go back to 6.0 index first session time trials here in momentarily. And we have got Dirty South Gassers, Superstockers, and Hot Rods in the staging lanes. And the big Kubota comes off the racetrack. That's nothing but a good sign. So hopefully we are back to cars on the track in just a second. Funny car is coming up here in a little bit, and I started to tell you about our number 1 in points, Kirk Williams. And, of course, Kirk Williams comes in number 1 in points, and he is number 1 in qualifying right now. Tom Furchess is number 2 in points, and he's qualified number 1 in the Alky Digger B field right now. Smiley Cordero comes in number 3 in points, presently qualified number 4 in the Alky Digger B field. Donald Knobloch brings that Atomic Punk in number 4 in Chaos points, presently qualified in the Rodax A field in the 7th spot. And number 5 in points, Jeff Cameron brings the Jake's Speed Shop car into Penwell, number 5 in points, presently qualified number 3 in the Rodax Custom Coffee A field. So, equipment off the racetrack, we are good to go, and we've got fire in the pipes as we are ready to go back to racing. Looks like we're going to have Brian Couch from Odessa in a 67 Camaro, the original F-body. Chuck Clegg from Henderson, Texas, brings an S15 truck, the GMC version of the S pickup. All right, they've got water sprayed into the water box so these cars can roll through, get them a little wet, spin them and get them hot, and take on Route 660 right here at Penwell Knights Raceway. Funny car qualifying coming up shortly. 6.0 index running right now as these hot rods, plenty quick, roll through the water. The drivers are strapped in and ready to go. Spinning the tires as they are ready to go up to the starting line and see how close to 6.0 they can go. 4/10 Pro Tree, 6.0 index. Saturday afternoon here at the races at Penwell Knights Raceway. The wheelie wagon right there is both of those left the starting line with the wheels up. The S10 has the performance fall off towards the finish line, but a $5.99 for Brian Couch in the 67 Camaro over here on your tower side. Chuck's truck, beautiful wheel stand on the launch. I tell you what, that's a YouTube-worthy moment. Gets out of the throttle a little early, 624 at 92.25 miles an hour. All right, here comes the Fox Body Mustang on the tower side of the Tornado Ready Mix lane. That black car is going to be lined up next to Lorenzo Hidalgo from El Paso. That is a Chevy S10. Sometimes we wonder, is it S-Dime or is it an S-Dime and a half? But this one, the Chevy S-Dime on the right side in the OTI lane as we are in 6.0 index. First session time trials here on Saturday afternoon at Penwell Knights Raceway, the West Texas Nationals. Dirty South Gassers, Super Stockers, and Hot Rods coming up next. 4 bulbs lit as both drivers bring their machines into the beams. And it looks like the pickup may get to there first. What about a 594 with a 112 miles an hour for Lorenzo? Dustin O'Neill goes 620 at 112.2 in the Fox Body Mustang. Next up, double shot of F-Body coming at you with Stacy Bailey from Odessa on the tower side in the Tornado Ready Mix lane. That is a 97 Firebird. Michael Mendoza from Odessa, 68 Camaro. Year number 2 of the Chevrolet Camaro. 6 flat, the magic number for these competitors. At the finish line, 582 and 586. Both cars under the magic number, but that's why you come out and run the test and the time trials to see how close you are to the magic number. Mendoza 582, 117. Bailey 586 at 113.3. Next up, the Schufelt Rig Services Domino's Pizza Delivery Camaro on the OTI side of the Christmas tree. Stephen Redfern on the tower side. That's Jared Schufelt on the right side, by the way, in the OTI lane. Stephen Redfern from Palestine, Texas, brings the S10 pickup up on the Tornado side. 629, 116.79 miles per hour on the right side. 695, 89.4 miles an hour for Stephen Redfern. Next up, we've got an altered running down the OTI lane. That's going to be Jeremy Talley, another Schufelt Rig Services race car, and Billy Ann Britton from Midland, Texas. 63 Chevy 2 on the tower side in the Tornado Ready Mix lane. Running for time only right here, right now, with our 6-0 index competitors getting their first shot at the racetrack. 16 cars pre-entered, I believe. So that would be 4 rounds of eliminations if there are no buybacks. Billy Ann Britton and Jeremy Talley bringing their cars into the stage speeds. Here we go. Through the finish line, 609 right side, 605 left side, 111 miles an hour for the Jeremy Talley, and 113.9 for Billy Ann's Chevy 2. Next up, Billy McDaniel in a 93 Lumina from New Mexico. Nathan Youngblood, also from New Mexico, has the red Camaro 68 vintage in the OTI lane. 601 as Nathan Youngblood zeroes in on that perfect number. A case of premature acceleration for Billy McDaniel, so no time recorded for the Lumina. 115 miles per hour down the OTI lane. Jonathan Martin brings the Dragster out. And Leslie Grissom has the Nova over here on the tower side. Six flat, the magic number. Jonathan Martin in the Dragster. Leslie Grissom in the Nova. 6 flat, the magic number. Dragster goes 584, 117.3 miles an hour. Grissom 641, 114.53 miles per hour. 6-0 index, first chance at the racetrack on this fine Saturday afternoon at Penwell Knights Raceway. Don't always see altereds and dragsters in the 6-0 index category, but we're seeing them today. Makes it a little more interesting. Keith Fox and Carlisle Stokes up next as we move into Dirty South Gassers, Super Stockers, and odds. Keith Fox, 1939 Ford Coupe. Claims to be from Lubbock, Texas, which is the southeast side, about 10, 12 miles. Slayton, Texas, home for Keith Coupe. Now this orange Ford Coupe that you see on the tower side is a past winner of Rocky Mountain Race Week. You You know, where you drive your car to the racetrack, race it, drive it to another racetrack, race it. You know, that kind of drill. This car, with its electric windows and all, does wheel stands, races, wins, shows up to do it again week after week after week. Keith Fox and his lovely wife Linda heading up the Dirty South Gasser Superstocks and Hot Rods delegation this weekend. Carlisle Stokes brings the Barracuda from Slayton, Texas, and he's going to cross the stripe at 7:06, 97 miles an hour, while Keith Fox gets to the finish line first, 6:74, 103.7 miles an hour in the poison gas. Funny Cars, final call. Funny Cars, final call. I need you to the staging lanes for your third and final round. Jim Coons and his wife Wanda like to bring their machine to the Dirty South Gasser Superstock and Hot Rods events all the way from Iowa. Now they've got a satellite base where they keep their race car and keep themselves for racing during the summer season. That's in Paducah, Texas. So the Paducah Dragon lines up on the tower side in the Tornado Ready Mix lane, and Danny Fox from Slayton, Texas. You heard me say Keith Fox for that orange coupe. This is Brother Danny. 1969 model Dodge Dart takes that OTI lane. They'll run on a heads-up Pro Tree start, and they go based on reaction time, wind lights, and burnouts. They've got their own criteria for deciding who leaves here with their Dirty South Gassers trophies, but it's always fun. See our Dirty South Gassers, Super Stockers, and Hot Rods in action. Next pair up as we go an old school gasser style. Cody Fletcher from Kermit, Texas, winner of the Unsung Heroes Award presented by Andy Mears in honor of his late wife Jan. Cody Fletcher really went above and beyond, and he got an award for being the unsung hero. One of our Funny Car Chaos family, Brian and Kevin Hoffsmith, were on their way to the races, and their machine broke down on I-20 out there in the middle of nowhere, which is not far from Kermit. And Cody Fletcher got his flatbed, drop deck trailer, went out to the interstate, picked him up, and brought him here. What a gentleman. Jim Marsh is over there on the right side in the OTI lane in that 1951 model machine. They call the Prospector. 658, 104, and a 787 at 84.7 miles an hour. Dirty South Gassers, Super Stockers, and Hot Rods bringing the fun to Funny Car Chaos. Not the only ones, though, as we have got funny cars in the staging lanes, and we are just about to go funny car qualifying. Last chance to shuffle the deck. Put yourself in the spot you would like to find yourself in when it's time for eliminations, as we have 25 funny cars in the house. They've all been given the opportunity to run this time. They all get the opportunity to run all 3 times, and they give extra points. You get points for each time you run down the racetrack. However, some experienced some breakage last night and did not run the second round of qualifying, but hopefully we can expect to see those with the damage repaired and the cars ready to go. All right, every ticket at Penwell Knights Raceway is a pit pass, but if you're strolling down Funny Car Alley, you'll probably find there's no funny cars there because they're in the staging lanes, as we are gun funny car qualifying here in just a moment. But we do have the ride dragsters here in the house, taking care of our friends and fans who want to go down the racetrack in a fast dragster for real. We've got a 2-seater and a 3-seater, and we are just about ready to go with another set of thrill seekers taking a ride with proud American motorsport. So we're going loud American first, the supercharged. Supercharged methanol burning dragster with a rumble seat. You can take a ride in that dragster. Go by and see them. They're set up on the pit side, just south of the vendor midway. So go by, get your official event shirt from Corey and Amanda at Fat Tires Apparel, and then walk on over the pit area right next to the Jet Dragsters is Proud American Motorsports. They'll give you the lowdown on how you can take a ride on the wild side. Here at Penwell Knights Raceway, you can either take a ride in this 2-seater, or they have one that's got 3-seaters. You'll see it just in a minute as it's coming into the water right now. So a mid 4-second run, over 150 miles an hour is the norm for this particular car. The thrill factor way high for that satisfied customer in the back of that dragster. 4.77 seconds for the win, 150.45 miles per hour. A ride of a lifetime. You can have one too. Got a couple of thrill seekers next, as they are strapped into those back seat roll cages. Two rumble seats in the Proud American Dragster. This one's going to go over 120 miles an hour in the 8th mile here at Penwell Knights Raceway. Funny cars coming up right after this. Funny car qualifying, last chance for our funny car competitors to get the combination right before elimination starts this afternoon. Sometime between 5 and 6 with the delays that we've experienced, probably looking at between 5 and 6. For first round funny car eliminations. Quick flash of amber, and the 3-seat dragster stops the clocks at 5:62, 122.28 miles an hour. 2 more satisfied customers, and the Mitchell Motorsports Proud American Dragsters making folks happy. You can join that happy bunch of folks. Get yourself signed up for a ride down the racetrack in a real dragster. All right, so the race crew comes out for some last moment track prep. They got the heavy equipment out. They've got the blowers out. Got some mops out. They are making sure that everything is as good as can be. For the fastest cars in the house, the funny cars are getting ready to take the track. Round 3, 3rd round qualifying, coming your way.
It's time for the second dose of Funny Car Chaos here at Penwell Knights Raceway, just west of Odessa, Texas. Hello, I'm Lee Kraft, the Monday Morning Racer. I get the scoop in the pits and bring it to you here on Flow Racing. That stream presented by Larice Motorsports Insurance. And if you're watching on the free YouTube stream, welcome. We're about to go into the last and third session for the funny cars of qualifying. And atop of the leaderboard right now, it's Kirk Williams as provisional number 1 qualifier, and that is no shock that he holds that number 1 spot. But in the second place at a 398, it is Alan Bradshaw, someone we haven't seen since the Funny Car Chaos Classic at the Texas Motorplex. His Q1 blast set him up with that 398. It held through Q2 going into Q3, even though his Q2 ride was a bit wild, taking out a few cones. Between Q1 and Q2, I caught up with him in the pits. All right, in the pits here at Penwell Knights Raceway, Odessa, Texas. Alan Bradshaw, man, 398 has got you setting number 2 going into Q2. That was a solid lap for you in this crew.
Not bad, you know, given the weather we got right now and just the first hit out of the box, I'm pretty happy with that. These guys work hard. We've been busting our tails to get this thing ready to go. And there's a whole lot more than 398 in this one. We went 390 last weekend. So we got some more for them.
So there was a bit of excitement, you could say, before the run. Seems like it wouldn't get back in, well, forward.
Yeah, sometimes you fight the reverser lever a little bit. I just had to keep jockeying with it, get things going my way, and, you know, never say never, don't give up. Just keep rocking, baby.
Fans, we are working our way towards third qualifying session for our funny car competitors. We've got 25 of those bad boys and girls in the house, as we have elapsed times recorded from 3.83 to 6.81, and we are looking forward to improved performances from literally every car on the property. Our top 10 in points, how they're shaking out right now. Number 10 in points, Jade Cook right now sits number 3 in the Alky Digger B field, as Jade Cook ran a 4:35 best at 156 last night. Number 9 in points, Jordan Baloo, currently holds the number 6 spot in the Alky Digger B field of funny cars. Jordan made 2 solid runs, spent a little bit of time at number 1 on the qualifying list, and the Baloo Thunder Chevy Camaro went down the racetrack in about 4.67 seconds at 150 miles an hour for his best run. Number 8 in points, the American Dream Dodge Challenger funny car of Dustin Bradford. They came out swinging, and they put that car into the Rodax Custom Coffee A field in the number 5 qualified spot. Dustin Bradford went a best of 4.20 seconds at 170 miles per hour in yesterday's qualifying. Number 7 in points, Steve Tomozik, and number 6 in points, Chris Schneider. Neither one able to make it to Odessa for this particular event. So they will, by the time the race is over, they will find themselves outside the top 10, but they have had strong seasons thus far, and we'll look forward to seeing them continue those great performances at the next race that they are a part of. Number 5 in points is Jeff Cameron, and he is number 3 in the Rodax A field right now, as Jeff Cameron had a best elapsed time of 4:17, which also happens to be the going price of gasoline in Sweetwater, Texas. And number 2 in points, Tom Purchase, qualified number 1 right now in the Alky Digger B field with a 4:31. Number 1 in points is number 1 in the Rodax A field, and that's Kirk Williams, as he ran a best of 3:83 yesterday. It is show time, and we have got our first pair of funny cars fired up and ready to rock at Penwell Knights Raceway here on the 4th annual Shufelt Rig Service West Texas National Race Cover for the Spell Paving Services Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour, presented by Wolf Pumps, Fat Tires Apparel, Mears Mazda Volvo, and the Red Line Shirt Club. And on the tower side, the nitro burning car from Seguin, Texas, it's Chuck Lofton, the Motivation Mach 1 Mustang. Didn't have his best day yesterday. He did get in the 4-second zone. 4:84 has him number 2 in the Wolf Pump C field. He's a past winner in this particular event, and he would like to get back up to B field anyway, or maybe A field form. Danny Smith from Pine, Colorado, the Snafu Firebird funny car, lines up on the OTI side of the racetrack. Both drivers have made their way into the pre-stage position. Now Danny Smith, another good run, goes 4:32 with a 0, 163.93 miles an hour. So Danny Smith's best run yesterday was a 4:29. This one, 4:32. So he stays right where he was, which is number 8 in the Rodax Custom Coffee A field. Chuck Lofton picks up the tempo, goes 4:67 at 154.5. Not exactly the run they were looking for, but quicker than the run yesterday. And so they go from number 2 in the C field up to the bottom of the Alky Digger B field. So that 4:67 moves them up 4 spots. So Chuck Lofton and Team Motivation Team motivation moving up one spot. Danny Smith and the Snafu Firebird makes another excellent run and hangs on to the eighth spot in the Rodax Custom Coffee A field of funny cars. So getting the all clear signal from the racetrack, and our next pair are going to fire up. Number 3 in points and number 10 in points going to line up side by side. Jade Cook from Duncan, Oklahoma, you may have seen on Chaos Live last Wednesday. This young lady was the Rookie of the Year in 2021 Funny Car Chaos Racing. Has had a few difficulties this year as they finished 3rd in the world last year. Right now, they are holding the 10th spot and the points for the Spill Paving Services Funny Car Chaos Championship. The tower side, it's number 3 in points for San Antonio's Smiley Cordero, coming out strong with another one of those long smoky burnouts that he is becoming rather famous for. Smiley Cordero got a win down at Baton Rouge at State Capitol Raceway in the Alky Digger B field. So Smiley, loving him some funny car racing. Showing up and doing very, very well in that 1970 Chevrolet Camaro funny car with the methanol-fueled, supercharged Hemi underneath the hood. Next to Smiley, Jade Cook with 672 cubic inches of nitrous-boosted big block. That car came from nowhere actually last year. The only nitrous-boosted funny car that we know of. Came out and delivered consistent performances, including right here at Penwell Knights Raceway last year. Jade Cook was the winner of the Alky Digger B field here at Penwell in 2021. So the last chance. Cordero takes it down the left side lane to a 412. 412 at 174 miles an hour. Smiley Cordero's best run yesterday was 438. He goes down the racetrack in 4.12 seconds and goes all the way up to number 3 in the Rodax A field. So a great run right there for Smiley Cordero. Jade Cook goes 443, 145.2 miles an hour. And Jade ran a best run yesterday of 435, so no improvement for the Nemesis, but another A to B run for Jade Cook and that CNC Performance Engines Nemesis funny car. Well, race fans, be sure and let them know how much you appreciate what they've done right there, especially for Smiley Cordero as they go down the racetrack and go way up into the number 3 spot in the Rodax Coffee A field. Well, Smiley came out to make a statement, and he just did as he started this particular qualifying session, sitting number 4 in the Alky Digger B field and goes up a bunch, goes up 9 spots to number 3. That bumps Danny Smith back from the A field to the Alky Digger B field. So the 4:29 of Danny Smith, now the number 1 qualifying elapsed time for the Alky Digger B field, and on the bump spot in the Rodax A field, Donald Knobloch in the Atomic Punk at 4:27. Coming up next, it's going to be Mitch Bowen from Flagstaff, Arizona, the Pontiac Firebird funny car on the tower side. And on the pit side, the car making the burnout right now, the twin turbo Turbonator from Vidor, Texas, 2002 Camaro bodied machine. That is Scott Parizo. Scott started out number 1 in the Wolf Pump C field of funny cars. Presently has been bumped back to number 3 in the C field. Made a best run yesterday of 476. Mitch Bowen's best run yesterday was a 489 at 143 miles an hour. The Northland Express funny car having its difficulties, it seems. Did not sound just right as he was starting it and loses fire as he moves through the water. So the Turbonator going to make a solo shot, the twin turbo car. Right now, the only turbo car that's recorded a run in Funny Car Chaos competition, but we're anticipating at the next Funny Car Chaos event, there will be a second one. As Dan Butheris continues to work on his twin turbo car up there in Wichita, Kansas, the Ratitude, coming back with twin turbos this year after a great season last year. All right, Scott Parizo brings the revs up, spools up the turbo, gets ready to head down the racetrack. Car goes backwards a little bit, flickers the stage bulbs, and shuts it off to a 590 at 121 miles an hour. Not exactly the run they were looking for. So presently, Parizo, 476 is going to be the number he lives with, and that's got him solidly near the top of the Wolf Pumps C field in Funny Car. So by rule in Funny Car Chaos, which we don't have very many rules, and this one works out well for Mitch Bowen. He did not stage the car, did not take the tree. Therefore, if they can get the car running and get the car down the racetrack, they do have an opportunity here in the third qualifying round to improve their time. So the Turbonator of Scott Parizo gets down the racetrack. No improvement, but gathers more data. And as the chase vehicle goes down to pick up their driver, we will be lighting up more funny cars here in just a moment. A little bit of mop action from the rigging crew out there on the starting line. Funny Car Chaos is delighted to have a new sponsor in Maxima Racing Oils. Maxima Racing Oils has on site, they've got product and they have got advice from their staff of Troy Green and Morgan Bratcher. They are pledged to be at every Funny Car Chaos event, and they are making good on their word. And as the racers find out the quality of the product that comes from Maxima, they are signing up and signing on and putting that product in the crankcase. You can find out from them what you need to know about the finest in lubrication for your racing application. MaximaUSA.com is the website. Go by and see what all they have got. And when you come to Funny Car Chaos, you can see them in person. They will be happy to clue you in on what makes Maxima the finest in racing oil. All right, we got fire in the pipes. Looks like it's going to be Jordan Baloo and Mitch Bowen coming at us next. Jordan, number 9 in points, came into this number 6 in the Alky Digger B field by virtue of the bump of Smiley Cordero pushing Jordan now number 7 in Alky Digger B field qualifying. And Jordan Baloo is going to have a solo run down the OTI lane as Mitch Bowen once again having problems with the Northland Express funny car. So the supercharged big block Chevy power plant pushed Jordan's Camaro to a best run yesterday of 4.67 seconds. Now Jordan loves to come to Penwell Knights Raceway because why? Because he's won 2 races here. That means he's won races at 2 out of our 3 trips to Penwell Knights Raceway before this year. This is our 4th trip to Penwell Knights Raceway. So Jordan likes his chances when he comes to Penwell. Dry hop king does his requisite 2 dry hops and brings that beautiful 69 Camaro bodied funny car up to the starting line. Going to see if he can improve on that 467. Maybe work his way up a little further on the Alky Digger B field. 3 A to B runs, and this one his best, 459 at 152.44 miles an hour. That will move him up. Moves him up 1. Jordan goes 459 at 152.44 miles an hour, his best run of the weekend, and he is solidly in the Alky Digger B field at the moment. So the rig and crew taking the mops out there, just checking, making sure everything is good to go as we have more funny cars ready to take the track here in 3rd and final qualifying of our Funny Car Chaos event at Penwell Knights Raceway. I want to say thanks to all of you for joining us in person, and if you're on the live stream or watching on YouTube, we're delighted to have you with us. 25 funny cars in the house, and the Baloo Thunder team going down to pick up the Dry Hop King as we have more funny cars ready to take the track. The bump spot in the Rodax A field, 4.274, Donald Knobloch in the Atomic Punk. Number 1 in the Rodax A field, Kirk Williams, 383 with a 9, with a 3rd run yet to go. All right, we get the all clear from the top end. If we're good to go at this end, then we are ready to light some cars. Matt Bynum from Auburn, Indiana, 1977 Pontiac Firebird Nitro burning machine. Tuned by none other than 2-time world champion on the big show, once in Top Fuel, once in Funny Car, Mr. Heavy on the Mr. Dale Worsham. As they bring this beautiful nostalgia funny car to Funny Car Chaos, Dell's 2nd time in Funny Car Chaos competition. Matt Bynum's 1st time in Funny Car Chaos competition. 2nd generation Firebird. Matt Bynum's best run yesterday, his only run, was a 426, 182.6 miles an hour. So it's going to be Chance Biffle in the Bad Intentions Corvette in the OTI lane, lining up with Matt Bynum. I guess Matt Bynum did make 2 runs yesterday. The best one was a 426. Chance Biffle from Duncan, Oklahoma, ran that Corvette to a best run yesterday of 4.96 seconds. Chance making his Funny Car Chaos debut with a family team car. They are part of the family and part of the team with Jade Cook, the nitrous boosted machine that you saw run earlier. Funny Car qualifying on Saturday afternoon with Funny Car Chaos action at Penwell Knights Raceway. The wind gets a little bit better, the action gets a little hotter. Matt Bynum down the tower side to a 399 at 190.0 miles an hour. One more car under 4 seconds, and it's Matt Bynum, 399, 190.03 miles per hour, goes to number 3 on the qualifying list. That will make the bump spot now 420. And Chance Biffle with his best run, as this is his Funny Car Chaos debut, but they have just had that funny car not too long, and Chance Biffle has been driving a funny car not too long, but he continues to improve. His first run was a 5:01. His second run was a 4:96. And his third run was that run, 4:90 with a 139.6. So the 4:90 won't move Chance up, but it is another A to B consistent run. And Matt Bynum moves up, 3:99 as he joins the 3-second club in the Firebird. Race fans, show them some love as they go down to pick up their drivers. They will appreciate it, and I know that you do. Another car under 4 seconds. We were talking yesterday about track records, and that's 374 and 209. We haven't got there yet. However, the day is young. Actually, the bump spot remains 427. Matt Bynum moves from number 6 to number 3, so no bumping going on. He was not outside the A field, so the bump spot remains 427. Atomic Punk, you're still on the bump. All right, another nitro burner coming your way with Keith Jackson. Set to go down that OTI lane as we are just about to get the top end cleared. Have to make sure that we are not running on top of anybody, and as soon as they clear the top end, we will have our next pair good to go.
Chaos Nation, whether you are near or far, you can finally represent Funny Car Chaos wherever you are at. TheChaosStore.com is the place to visit to get your merch from the world's only Outlaw Funny Car series. And there's even exclusive deals online, as in the 3 t-shirts you are seeing right now on your screen. But it's more than just the tees. You can get your Funny Car Chaos stickers, hats, beanies, everything else. World of Funny Car Chaos there at thechaosstore.com.
Keith Jackson, the 25th car to run this weekend at PKR. With no time recorded, he's number 25 on the list. However, they are definitely looking to shake up the list with their run and that High Heaven Camaro coming up next on the tower side in the Tornado Lane. Steve Vang from Norman, Oklahoma, got a win out here at Penwell Knights Raceway a couple of years ago. And Steve Vang brings that wicked weekender back out here, has a best run yesterday of 4:38. So Steve still in the Alky Digger B field right now, would like to make another consistent run, maybe a quicker run in the wicked weekender, to shore up his position going into round 1 eliminations. So both of these cars with a chance to improve. One of them big time, as the Safari kept them off the racetrack yesterday, but they got their exotic pets search taken care of, and they are now ready to go funny car racing. And we have a clear top end, so should be good to go. Got a nitro burner on the tower side and a methanol fueled machine on the pit side, as we are ready to go back to funny car qualifying here on Saturday afternoon at the West Texas Nationals. Live streaming on flowracing.com, presented by Larice Motorsports Insurance. Small tire to the staging lane. Small tire to the staging lane. It's go time. Small tire lanes 1 and 2. Small tire lanes 1 and 2 now. Both cars with the burnouts, and we are picking things up off the floor up here in the tower as it rattled things off. The Nitro burning Hemi underneath Camaro body of Team High Heaven. Keith and Natalie Jackson from Edgewood, Texas. I know you thought they were from Colorado. You're right, they were. They're now from Texas. Jackson, unqualified at the moment because they haven't made a run. So if they can get down the racetrack, which I'm rather confident that they can as long as they've been doing this deal. Keith Jackson has a couple of wins, has 1 win under his belt, and many final round appearances in Funny Car Chaos competition. Brings that beautiful High Heaven machine up to the line on the Tornado Ready Mix side of the Christmas tree. Steve Vang came in here a couple of years ago and took home the win in the Alki Digger B field. He and Lee Ramey were doing some major damage early on in that season. Finished very strongly on their rookie season in Funny Car Chaos. Both drivers. Oh, there goes an exploded supercharged burst pedal, and at the top end of the racetrack, 451, 155 for Steve Vang, and a 592 at 73 miles per hour with a burst pedal sent skyward from the High Heaven Funny Car. Coasting through at 73.45 miles an hour, the Camaro has that parachute in the breeze up there trying to make it to the exit on a very eventful, in a not so positive way, run for Keith Jackson. So he does make the exit, both cars off the track, but pieces being picked up, checking the track to make sure there's no other debris out there. Wow. So a 451, not an improvement for Steve Vang. So Vang's 438 from yesterday remains his best run. He is still qualified in the Alki Digger B field. And Jackson's 592 will be Wolf Pump's C field. Does get a number on the board, and the 592 good enough for 23rd. So the rigging crew takes the mops out, checking and looking. They are making sure everything is good to go. As soon as the vehicles exit the top end of the racetrack, we should be good to light our next funny car. Going to be Randy Mueller and Steve Grabowski. Steve making his Funny Car Chaos debut, driving Wayne Reinhardt's Prairie Fire Mustang funny car. He's going to be over there on the pit side in the OTI lane. Steve's best run yesterday was a 5:15. First time driving the Prairie Fire funny car for Wayne Reinhardt out of Hereford, Texas. And Randy Mueller from San Antonio came out and put a good number on the board yesterday, a 469. Both of these competitors running supercharged, injected, methanol-fueled, big block Chevys for power. Randy Mueller from the San Antonio area, Floresville, Texas. Was number 16, which is number 8 in the Alki Digger B field since that time. There's been some bumping going on. We'll let AccuTime figure that out for us here in just a little bit. And Mueller has trouble getting the car to fire, so it looks like Steve Grabowski is going to take a solo shot down the OTI lane in that Prairie Fire Mustang. shout out to all of our friends and fans up in the great state of Nebraska. Of course, Nick Johnson used to drive this particular funny car. Got his own razzle dazzle funny car going in 2022. We'll look forward to seeing all of our friends from Nebraska when we get to Cordova and Eddyville and of course Kearney. Steve Grabowski, Centennial, Colorado. Good looking run right there as he gets over towards the dirt by the wall. 5:01 at 105.83 miles an hour. So 5:15 was his best run yesterday, picks up the tempo a bit, goes 5:01, 105.8 as the car drifts over to the right side and gets into the dust outside the groove there. That's what you see when you get over there into the marbles, so to speak. We will make a quick trip over to the side there and see that everything is good, sweep off what is necessary. So an improvement right there for Steve Grabowski. He knocks 1400ths off of his best elapsed time yesterday. That will keep him in the Wolf Pump C field of funny cars. But a pretty decent debut. The rigging crew out there with the mops and the brooms, checking everything out to make sure they are good to go on the racetrack. Gives me a chance to mention to you that Mears Mazda Volvo is supporting Funny Car Chaos yet again, and they have several ways that they support Funny Car Chaos. Among those, the Unsung Heroes bonus presented by our good friend Andy Mears. Mears Mazda Volvo is a family-owned and operated dealership located up in Lubbock, Texas. Growing from a small car lot in 1971, today it's one of only a few locally owned and operated dealerships left in the state. Dealership has had tremendous success with brothers Bob and Andy Mears running the show since their dad retired in 1983. MearsMotors.com is the website. The concierge experience that you get from Mears Mazda Volvo is second to none. If you're looking for a new vehicle, a used vehicle, a car, truck, SUV, MearsMotors.com, the place to go. Tell them Funny Car Chaos sent you. So looking like we're just about good to go with Clay Cunningham and Charles Ware, a couple of Panhandle boys. Clay Cunningham, Dumas, Texas, Moore County, America, the county I was born, the city I was born in. Isn't that fascinating? Charles T. Ware from Amarillo, Texas, the Juggling Rubies car that's got one best appearing just about every place he's ever been. That's a beautiful race car. The Plymouth Horizon bodied machine is going to line up over on the OTI side of the Christmas tree. Charles Ware, 435, his best run yesterday, spent most of the day in the Rodax A field. However, it has been bumped back to the B field now. Here comes the Panhandle boys. Saturday afternoon funny car qualifying. Clay Cunningham was number 4 in points on the strength of a victory at the season opening Funny Car Classic at Texas Motorplex. Charles Ware had a semi-final finish at the Funny Car Chaos Classic, as both of these guys have done rather well so far this year. Clay had to miss a race. That took him from number 4 in the points to down below number 10. However, considering the drop race policy, as everything begins to shake out towards the end of the season, if they continue to perform as they've been, could be a good year for Clay Cunningham. Juggling Rubies, Plymouth Horizon, 435 best elapsed time yesterday. Clay Cunningham disappointed with his best run yesterday of 6:26, as he has been excited about joining the 3 Second Club here in 2022. using that horsepower procured from the tuning skills of Camp Stanley. Both drivers will 478 for Charles Ware, no improvement, 152.5 miles an hour, and a malfunction at the start for Clay Cunningham as he went to hit the deck and have the car launch, and it went ahead and left. It left too quickly, therefore you see nothing on the scoreboard. No time was recorded. So the 6:26 for Clay Cunningham, he's still qualified number 24. There's one car that has a chance to bump him out. That is Jody Austin's Bushwhacker. Funny Car Chaos is happy to welcome back KTBF Hot Rod Gear to our family of sponsors. Offering a diverse selection of apparel and merchandise, KTBF Hot Rod Gear products are made of excellent quality and they deliver only the best. KTBF takes pride in the craftsmanship, outstanding customer service, and they make the promise that they will deliver to you the best speed culture lifestyle apparel and merchandise on the market. See some of their merchandise offerings at the Car Chicks display here at the track, and be sure to visit their website at ktbfhotrodgear.com. KTBF and Funny Car Chaos, the perfect combination. So both cars kicking up dust down the racetrack, so you can see the blower on the way down to the midsection of the racetrack to make sure that we're clean, safe, dry, and debris-free. Once they get a little blowing off done up there, we will be good to go back racing as we continue with Funny Car qualifying here on Saturday afternoon. Race number 4, the Spell Paving Services Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour, presented by Wolf Pumps, Fat Tires Apparel, Mears Mazda Volvo, and the Red Line Shirt Club. Next up, it looks like we've got the nitro-burning Firebird of Nancy Matter and the methanol-fueled Dodge Stratus of Alan Bradshaw. Alan Bradshaw, one of 3 cars under 4 seconds, holds the number 2 qualifying spot as the Odessa, Texas racer ran 3:98 yesterday to become the 2nd car of the weekend to go quicker than 4 seconds flat. Nancy Matter came out yesterday, had a best run of 4:68. So looking for a lot of improvement. Oh yeah, I think Miss Matter came to play. Or maybe didn't come to play, maybe came for keeps. Alan Bradshaw, Odessa, Texas, the back attack Dodge Stratus Funny Car. Doing some testing out here last week, ran a 3.90 second elapsed time, ran 3:98 for a best run yesterday. Had a wild ride last night in that 2nd qualifying shot. We don't actually know what it ran. No time was recorded at the finish line, although there were times all the way to the 3:30. Nancy Matter increasing her stable of race cars as she's got this Guardian Firebird that she runs Nostalgia and Funny Car Chaos, and has added a big show car to her stable here in 2022. All kinds of big news coming about from Louisville, Texas. Nancy Matters Racing headquarters. Currently qualified at a 468. So Nancy want to see if she can get that Pontiac Firebird down the racetrack much quicker. Let's take a ride. Funny Car Chaos qualifying here at Penwell Knights Raceway. We are getting down to the end of this third qualifying go. Revs up on the alcohol-fueled machine. Both cars picking them up, laying them down pretty quickly. 446 at 158 for Nancy Matter, and Alan Bradshaw goes 413, 175.10 miles an hour. So the back attack Dodge goes straight down the middle, 413, 175 miles an hour. Not quite as quick as their best run yesterday of 398, so they stay number 2 in the Rodax Custom Coffee A field. But Nancy Matter improves her lapse time. Best run yesterday of 468, improves it to 446. So knocks off 22 100ths, and a 446 will move her up 1. Should have a start in the Alki Digger B field. So the chase crew is going down to pick up their drivers and the cars. Both of the cars stopped at the top end of the racetrack, so we'll be getting those cars off the racetrack promptly as we can. And we'll have Dustin Bradford coming up next. Dustin Bradford, number 8 in points, came into this qualifying round, number 5 on the list.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free 240-page catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Shipping and handling are always free in the continental U.S. on all orders over $99. Check out our broom sheet for unbelievable deals on brand new, overstock, and discontinued items. Competition Products, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
Putting power to the ground is what Mark Williams Enterprises does best. Many leading pro mod racers rely on MW's 12-inch modular aluminum rear end to harness their power. Mark Williams' ultimate high torque axles are the strongest and lightest in the industry. MW's Masterline axles provide total reliability at budget prices. Mark Williams manufactures 7 drive shafts ranging from mild steel to carbon fiber and exclusive 70/75 alloy aluminum. Visit markwilliams.com for details.
Flying A Motorsports, #1 in toter homes and trailers in the USA. We offer an unbeatable selection of new and used race car trailers, stackers, car haulers, toters, and motorhomes. Ready for an upgrade to your current trailer? We accept trade-ins and consignments. We offer nationwide delivery right to your doorstep or factory pickup. Check out our inventory at flyingamotorsports.com. Flying A Motorsports, built on trust since 1988.
As the top end clears, our next pair of funny cars prepares to light at #1 in points and #1 on the qualifying list. Kirk Williams has his 200-proof Pontiac Firebird machine ready to go down the Tower Side Tornado Ready Mix lane. Best run yesterday has him #1 on the qualifying sheet, 3.83 seconds, 190 plus miles per hour. So Kirk Williams came out, fired a great shot, went down the racetrack plenty quick, plenty fast. Got a better ET and a slower mile per hour the second time, but the 383 is the number that we look at for qualifying, and Kirk Williams #1 on the list. Dustin Bradford, San Antonio, Texas, the American Dream Dodge Challenger bodied machine. Both of these cars, methanol fueled, supercharged injected Hemis. tell you, Dustin Bradford and Kirk Williams come out swinging, as they have got both of those cars tuned up and ready to swing for the fences. Bradford must have been working on his burnout skills, as that is really impressive. The American Dream Dodge Challenger over there. The long, smoky burnouts, gets it in reverse and backs it up, just like to draw it up. And Kirk Williams and his family racing operation from Glenwood, Iowa, 20-time NHRA Top Alcohol Funny Car winner, and got plenty of experience in 2021 Funny Car Chaos competition. Decided this is the place that they wanted to be, and we certainly could not agree more with that decision, as they are racing each and every Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour event alongside Dustin Bradford and the Bradford family racing team from San Antonio, chasing the championship. Right now, Kirk Williams #1 in points and #1 on the qualifying list. Dustin Bradford #8 in points and #7 in qualifying. Last chance to get a good read on what the track conditions, atmospheric conditions say about today. Here they come. Dustin Bradford into the pre-stage in the OTI lane. Here comes Kirk Williams, the Firebird, in the pre-stage. Dustin will stage. Revs come up for Kirk Williams. Makes it. Here they go down the racetrack, side by side, quick and fast. 383, 194.72 miles per hour. Kirk Williams stays #1, runs another 3.83 second elapsed time. This one better by a few thousand, 383.2, the quickest run of the weekend thus far. And Kirk Williams stays #1, but adds a little bit of an exclamation point to it. Dustin Bradford, 442, as he had to get off the throttle a little bit as that car began to drift towards that right side guard wall. And he got out of the throttle, as you could tell by the 127.88 mile per hour terminal velocity reading over there in the OTI lane. So Bradford sticks with the 420. Williams stays with a 383, albeit a different, slightly quicker one, and stays #1. Race fans, what'd you think about that? Indeed, bravo. Bravo. Small tire coming up. Small tire coming up. You guys and gals are in staging lanes #1 and 2, as we've got Funny Car qualifying still underway with our 25 Funny Cars in the house. What else might be happening as we continue? Funny Car qualifying, Tom Furchess, #2 in points. #2 at Alki Digger Funny Car qualifying. Alki Digger B Field Funny Car qualifying. Donald Knobloch from Washington, the Atomic Punk Nitro Burning Machine, holds the bump spot in the Rodax Custom Coffee A Field of Funny Cars. Hanging on to that #4 spot in the points, as the team from the Great Northwest finding plenty of success in Funny Car Chaos competition in 2022. All right, as the chase vehicle heads for the exit at the top end of the racetrack, we are just about ready to give them the signal to fire them up. Here we go. Funny Cars. Last chance for these two competitors to get themselves positioned where they want to be. Tom Furch's best run yesterday was a 4:31. Needs to go quicker than 4:27 anyway to get into the A field. But I'm rather confident that Tom Furchess knows exactly what he wants to run. Donald Knobloch brings the Atomic Punk out with that long burnout, as it has been a process here in 2022 with all the different racetracks that we go to, from the Motorplex at Ennis to State Capitol Raceway at Baton Rouge, the Pine Valley Raceway in Lufkin, Texas, and now the Penwell Nights Raceway in Odessa, Texas. Different tracks, different conditions, different set of circumstances each and every time we show up at a racetrack. It brings out the best in our drivers, in our tuners, and the crews. Certainly an excellent way to settle a championship chase going all across the country at different racetracks. The nitro fumes filling the air out here at Penwell Nights Raceway brings a tear to the eye and a burning sensation to the nose. Tom Purchase has the methanol-fueled Made in America Firebird machine, number 2 in points. Gonna see what they can do with that OTI lane. The Atomic Punk, under direction of Jeff Deal. Driver Donald Knobloch moves that beautiful 69 Camaro into the pre-stage position. We are just about go for launch. 4 balls. Here we go. A pedal job for the Made in America and a 430. Knobloch goes 475 with a 9. So actually, the improvement for Tom Purchase just a little, goes 430 with a 4 at 150.7 miles an hour, and a 475 for Knobloch at 118.7. So not a lot of velocity for the Atomic Punk machine on the tower side of the racetrack. No improvement in elapsed time, so they stick with the 427. Right now, that's number 8 in the Rodax Custom Coffee A field. So still running with the fast guys and fast gals in the first round of eliminations. We'll see what AccuTime has to say about it at the conclusion of qualifying and after everything is all sorted out. Race fans, that was a good-looking set of race cars, turning in some outstanding low-end performances right there. Let them know how much you appreciate all they do. Looks like Jeff Cameron has got that Jake's Speed Shop Firebird back there ready to fire up and take on the racetrack. Jeff Cameron's best run yesterday, 4.17 seconds, as that Firebird was getting it done. He's waiting for the signal to fire up. Looks like he's going to take the tower side in the Tornado ready mix lane. Jeff started out number 3 on the qualifying list, presently number 5. As Matt Bynum goes to number 3 and Smiley Cordero goes to number 4. So Jeff Cameron, they've been working on their combination, making subtle changes and improvements. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please keep your eyes on the race car. I'm warning you. Jeff Cameron's funny car heats up the tires, gets it in reverse, coming back this way for his last shot in qualifying. All right, so the backup dude, last race with Cameron Family Racing, going out with a bang as he's going to be joining Aaron Stanfield. so folks get to make statements how they want to, I guess. I'm not, yeah. Okay, so Jeff Cameron, number 5 on the looking good right there if he keeps it on his side of the stripe, and he does. Whoa! 393, 179.5 miles an hour. Jeff Cameron joins the 3-second club here at Penwell Knights Raceway. 393 with a 2, 1 flat short time, 262 to half track. And the 129 incremental on that back half of the run. Cameron had that Firebird flying, and he goes from number 5 all the way up to number 2. So Cameron fires his shot like Alexander Hamilton doesn't waste his shot. 393, 179.5. Cameron goes to number 2. All right, so funny car qualifying, that last chance resulting in several cars shuffling the deck. Kirk Williams winds up number 1, 383. Jeff Cameron number 2 at 393. Alan Bradshaw third at 398. And Matt Bynum fourth at 399. That's your top half of the Rodax Custom Coffee A field of funny cars. Your bottom half, Smiley Cordero 412, Aaron Morrow 418, Dustin Bradford 420, and Donald Knobloch number 8 in the Rodax Custom Coffee A field 4.274, the elapsed time for Donald Knobloch. Well, race fans on YouTube, we appreciate you tuning in for our inaugural broadcast on YouTube TV. First round eliminations will be broadcast exclusively on flowracing.com. If you're not already a subscriber, you should take care of that today. You know you want to see it, and we want you to join us for the final round eliminations. Round 1 starts roughly 6 o'clock, 5:30 Central Time, and we hope to see you on flowracing.com, presented by Larice Motorsports Insurance. Thank you very much